Hey guys, I'm Beth and this is Read Remark. Today we're going to talk about The Friend by Sigrid Nunez. Hi guys, so The Friend by Sigrid Nunez won the National Book Award for Fiction. So it comes with a lot of accolades, a lot of good buzz. The title, The Friend, could refer to a couple things. It could refer to our unnamed narrator's friend, decades-long friend, who kills himself, and so she moves through grief. Or it could be referring to his dog, this great dane named Apollo, who she adopts. Now, it wasn't her choice to take on this dog. She lives in this tiny 500 square foot apartment that doesn't allow dogs, and yet she is the only answer, the only person willing to take on this huge, gigantic dog. And so throughout the book, both of them kind of move through their grief over the loss of their friend together. Now, the story starts off really captivating, really interesting, talking about the woman and her friend and his past and how he was really grappling with growing older and not being this big sex magnet that he once was, and how suddenly a lot of the things that he had done as a younger professor, like calling his students dear or honey, are suddenly not accepted anymore. But then it really starts to go into all sorts of different diversions. So from this kernel of a plot, the book really diverges into all of these different tributaries. It's almost like a ton of fun facts that don't have anything to do with this story. So I kind of likened it to this big oak tree, but from it are hanging willow fronds that are just flowing in the wind all over the place. I felt like all of these fun facts were the willow fronds that really didn't belong to this oak trunk base of the story. She talks about all sorts of things as she processes her grief, such as cheating swans, marital therapy, this movie called Lilia Forever, about journaling, about the act of writing, all sorts of different things that really have nothing to do with her friend's life, nothing to do with her life with this dog. It just seems to be like random factoids that she spouts off and then talks about for several pages, to the point that if you were to take the plot of the actual book itself, woman, dog, mourning her friend, it could probably really be better used as a short story. So what sort of conclusions are we supposed to draw from these long diversions, these long flights of fancy that our narrator takes, that takes us away from the story itself? Could be a couple of things. The first thing I thought was that this woman, while intelligent, is just a complete scatterbrain. But I don't feel that that's really true to her character, because she's intelligent, she's a college professor, she's an author. I don't think that that's true to her character, to be the type of person that's just like, oh, squirrel, all the time. Otherwise, she would not be so successful as she is. It could also be something about the solitary nature of her life, that she lives completely within herself, and has all of these imaginary paths and tributaries, and while on the surface she shows one thing, inside she's really feeling, she contains universes, she contains multitudes, and it really kind of speaks to her solitary life and the fact that she has made such accommodations to accept this dog into her life. But I don't really think that's the case either. She's not a completely solitary person. She has outside friendships and relationships, and she's not alone. She works outside the home. She's not this, she doesn't live in a fortress of solitude. The only clue that I could get as to why the author chose to do this, to go off in all sorts of different directions that take us away from the story and don't move the story forward at all, is in an imaginary conversation that she has with her friend. And that's kind of the easy relationship that they had had with one another, where they could follow these flights of fancy into different academic topics, or even different pop culture topics, or just all sorts of different things, where the sharing of knowledge with one another was almost like their love language that they had. And now she doesn't really have that, and so she's kind of using it to process and move through her grief. Am I convinced that that was the right thing to do in this book? Not really. It's still, I still feel like it didn't move the story forward. So the ultimate question is, did I enjoy The Friend? I think so. I think so. I think so. I'm not 100% sure if I did. I enjoyed the story of the dog. I enjoyed the story of her past friendship. I enjoyed some of the flights of fancy that she went on even. It was kind of interesting to follow these different things. And I felt like, as someone who loves trivia, it armed me for the ultimate game of Trivial Pursuit. But did all of these different factoids really contribute to the story? Did they really? Did they really? I don't think they did. I'm torn on this book because while I enjoyed it, I don't know if I liked it or if I can wholeheartedly recommend it. What I need is for some of you out there who have read it to chime in and let me know what you thought, because I feel like this would be a perfect book club book to really discuss with other people. So I'm going to put this outwards. Instead of it just being my own views on a book, I really need to hear from you guys, because I guess I'm still processing my feelings about it. Yeah, kind of torn. All right, thanks for watching this very non-definitive book review of The Friend by Sigrid Nunez. Definitely let me know your thoughts, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. I think so. I think so. I think so.